Fair warning, guys, this one's gonna be a doozy.
Is she in good shape?
I'm gonna be honest with you, no.
What the heck is going on back here, guys? It's kind of unreal. I've never seen anything like this before.
No, this is a first for us.
I worry about her quality of life, truly.
How do we make this decision?
Oops, she's over here.
Okay.
Oh, that's okay. I didn't know what to do with her. I had her in the box.
Okay.
Whatever you want to do.
Oh, wow.
I found a note in my aunt's house. They've had her since May of 77.
1977.
So
Wow.
they took her to a vet and found out she's a girl.
Yeah.
And that's the sum total of what I know about her.
Okay. Holy cow. She's a tiny little thing.
My husband's cousin, I thought, was coming over today to see you guys. He wanted to meet you, but he couldn't make it.
Oh my gosh.
He's the one who actually found her when he was a kid.
Uh-huh.
And they've kept her all these years.
Have her eyes been open lately? Or
I don't know.
okay.
Usually when I see her, she was wandering around the kitchen floor. That she had the run of the house.
Okay, she had the run of the house.
And
Do you know what she was fed?
not a clue.
Not a clue.
We've tried giving her cat food and lettuce and whatever, and we never see her eat.
Okay.
But she's still here, so she's got to be eating something.
Wow. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Was she the same size back then?
I have no idea.
She looks like she... Wow.
Like I said, I wasn't in the family at that point, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I've been around since the 90s, and I think she's about the same size as when I
Yeah.
first saw her 30 years ago.
Yeah, Sheila, the reason I'm asking is because she has a wild type shell. You could tell, like, when they've been hatched or born into captivity and raised in captivity, you could tell this animal definitely looks like it had a wild, start moons ago. And that's why the shell looks the way it does and the rest of her looks the way it does. But, holy
How
cow.
long do they normally live?
Well over 100.
Is she in good shape?
I'm going to be honest with you, no.
Okay.
Yeah, she, see how her nails
I know.
curl
We
up,
didn't know what was
and
wrong
I'm
with her feet.
yeah, I'm not sure what happened with her back feet here. We'll get her soaked and stuff like that. And that's why I was asking when the last time she opened her eyes.
That could be vitamin A.
Yeah, it could be a vitamin A deficiency. That's true. And her beak, see how it's kind of like looks like a duckbill. They're supposed to have a real sharp, pointed beak so that they can, because they eat a lot of live prey in the wild, so they use that to grab and pierce the prey,
Yeah, my aunt passed last month, and we haven't really known how to take care of her.
Right.
But she seemed okay, but that was why I was looking for somebody like you.
Sure, absolutely. I'm glad you called us or emailed us about her.
We didn't want to just turn her loose outside. That didn't seem fair after all these years.
Yeah, I mean, she would never make it.
No.
Yeah.
That was why I wanted somebody to rescue her.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, the two cousins were out playing, and Tommy found her. And they kept her all these years.
Yeah.
She was usually in the middle of the kitchen floor, so there wasn't, when I saw her, wasn't anything really close to her.
Gotcha.
I put her in the box yesterday to bring her home, so that you didn't have to go to my aunt's house. And she just kind of sat there. Now this morning, she's circling the box and
Okay.
checking things out and sticking her foot through the hole and putting
that's
her
good.
head up over the edge. But yesterday, she just was kind of there. I tried giving her water. I didn't know what to feed her. I even gave her some cat food because I think that's
just
what
to see if
she's been eating.
Cat food? Yeah. All right, well, we're going to take her back and work on her, and we'll give her baths and try to get her nails trimmed and her beak into check and whatever we could do for her,
Okay.
But what a story. Wow, 1977. Yep. So,
Well,
all right.
We didn't want to just give her to somebody and put her in a terrarium after having the whole house to herself. And
Well, thank you
didn't
for...
want to turn her loose. And
No, you definitely did the right thing there, and thank you for intervening, because they all deserve a shot, So...
we're trying to deal with a lot.
All right, so here's a recap for you guys. So for 48 years, since 1977, this turtle has been living on the floor at someone's house. This was a mentally disabled person whose parents have unfortunately since passed away, which is where this person came into play that brought us the turtle. She had to help out with the family, saw the turtle, called us right away. But unfortunately, this much time has gone by where this animal has been kept in suboptimal conditions. Living on the floor in a household is no life for any reptile, especially a turtle, because now her nails have grown backwards, her beak is completely overgrown, her color is washed out, and it looks as though one of her legs is actually necrotic, meaning it is dead. So we're going to see what our vet wants to do and what the potential future of this turtle looks like, and we'll go over all that once we get back there. 1977, this family, or this kid at the time, takes her out of the wild. Okay, I want to keep this pet turtle. Kept it on the floor of the house. Fed lettuce, fruit, and cat food for almost 50 years. Obviously not getting any traction on the floor, but we think the one leg is necrotic. We think it's dead.
Yep. Oh, yeah. So start front. I mean, we got beak overgrowth here. I mean, improper diet. I've never seen. I've seen them get overgrown nails, but I mean, these are just. What the heck is going on back here, guys? I mean, even this side has like sores from. I think even the is it rubbing against the top of the shell here, and it's just abnormal skin because
That's
even
what
here
Casey
doesn't
said.
look normal. Oh, God, it's hard. It's so hard to tell. I mean, here. I mean, God, it's got so much crusting on it though. It just even her skin doesn't seem normal either, right? I mean, like look at like that.
I mean, the nails literally, instead of, going like this, they're just like
curled right up there. I mean, it's kind of unreal. I've never seen anything like this before.
No, this is a first for us, and obviously all the stuff that we brought you. We've had some, but
this is I mean, I think it comes to in terms of assessing it. We take an X-ray to see what does the bone quality look like there, and to see if we can see there. I mean, she still moves the leg, so I don't think the entire leg is necrotic. If it is, I almost think this is all just thickened crusting on top of it. The question is,
look at that, yeah.
Basically, it's all just crusted material, and so what's underneath is, what's there is the question.
Why would it crust like that? Is it just like the skin sloughing off?
Yeah, it could be like I said, I'm concerned a vitamin A deficiency given its diet as well. And so vitamin A is really important for your skin development there and your shedding. And so this is just clumps of abnormal shed on top of God, it just doesn't look.
She drank profusely. When I put her in the water, it's almost like she didn't realize what she was in yet.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden she was like, oh, and just stuck her head in there and she must have drank for 15 minutes straight.
And looking at her, she looks, even though she drank that much, she looks a little dehydrated to me.
Sure.
When I saw the picture, in that 50 years of cat food and stuff like that, such a high, they do eat meat and stuff like that, but is there too much in the kidneys? Was there not a right diet and maybe an excessive amount of protein ended up? Is kidneys affected too? I mean, that does explain the nails, but I mean, yeah, it's just it's just thickened
Yeah.
It's just hard to know what is viable and what isn't. But I mean, I think if we want to see things, I mean, we could take an X-ray to see what it looks like there.
Okay.
I worry about her quality of life truly. I mean, in terms of is she comfortable getting around there? Is her with her beak, is she able to apprehend food well enough? Is this in that leg? I mean, I know they can do well on 3 legs. The other question is is her good, given her age and her other things, we can certainly do blood work to make sure is her kidneys okay, but, there comes a quality of life with her feet. I mean, she's not walking properly there, and, but...
She's perky, looking around. In terms of the nails, I mean...
You just trim,
I have the Dremel to trim them down.
You can even use a human nail clipper. I mean, sometimes I use human nail clippers, and you could just try to trim them up a little bit there. We could trim some of these ones easily. You're just trimming them back, but they're just going to keep curling because she doesn't have that same traction. The way she's walking, she can't normally get that wear and tear in that normal, just the way even her joints are held. She doesn't seem normal in that degree.
Because of this lack of traction that she's had, essentially her fingers, her claws, her feet are just upturned. They're going the wrong way. And I mean, we can trim them and we can see what kind of traction she's able to get from being kept on the right substrate now and in the right environment, which would be a lot of humidity. Again, box turtles are a woodland species. They live on forest floors. They do move into other parts of habitats. But as I've said 1,000 times, and at risk of sounding like a major broken record, box turtles have a deep relationship with water. They need it in their lives at all times. They can submerge, they can swim, they can eat in it, and a dry life on a carpet or a floor, no life for these guys. So not only is she dehydrated, but her skin, her nails, and everything are suffering from not only metabolic bone disease, but of course being dried out. Her skin has sloughed off and also is getting stuck at the same time because there's no humidity to help her grow and shed the way a normal turtle would.
What is her quality? I mean, I know it's always tough when they're perky and they're looking around, but they're reptiles. They're one of the toughest creatures out there. But when you see them in this condition, what's her long-term key? She, even though they're walking, like, oh, it's still walking, but they're still uncomfortable, right? You know, is there likely arthritis in those joints? Probably from, it truly, what's those kidney function? You're hearing that she's drank so much water and she still looks dehydrated. Like, did all that chronic dehydration affect her? Kind of just like our thing about dogs and cats too. They burn down their at some point your kidneys stop working well.
Right.
Is that kind of the case for her? And she's in pretty rough condition here, truly. I mean, I think, we can happily do an x-ray, try to get some blood from her. It might be tough with the way her skin and her neck is just even like, just, you can see all this abnormal shed. That's why I think she's got vitamin A deficiency, but we still, even that back left leg, I do worry though that there is like some potential necrosis. The more I'm kind of getting through this crusting, the more that leg, instead of being nice and normal, kind of not normal, but like fat, like it kind of follows a taper, it goes right down there. And that's your worry that you have like, maybe she had something like a human hair caught around it and it's basically constricted and it's necrosed that thing, and the only reason it's staying on.
Yeah, I'd said that maybe a hair or a thread from the carpet had gotten wrapped around there, and then the circulation got cut off.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to see an X-ray and blood work if we can get it, just because if those things are showing us that there's hope there.
Yep.
I would hate to just say
up,
goodbye to her when, like you said, they are the most resilient animals on the planet. No dog or cat or really any other animal would be able to survive this kind of situation. This is a testament to how resilient turtles are. Does not mean that she's going to make it, and we do need to figure that out. But, you're looking at one of the only animals on the planet, maybe the only animal on the planet that could go, 4 or 5 decades
with improper care and still be like, I'm ready to eat there. But so I think what we can do is, I can at least pop like an X-ray just see what that looks like there. Then we'll try to get some blood from the neck there, and then maybe give her a vitamin A injection. Start some antibiotics because I worry with the way that foot looks. But we may be talking about if it is still there, trying to soak it home and see if we get some of this significant crusting off this. Some mineral oil to kind of tease it off a little bit. Trim these nails up and just see. But the blood work might tell us if we do have underlying disease processes, then that might lean us towards a different direction here.
Okay. Got it.
Cool.
Yep, for sure.
Okay. So you can kind of see the outside of the bone, even this one's egg laying, but do you see there's like a bright white line on the outside of the bones?
Yeah.
It's hard to put and then the inside's gray.
Yeah.
When we go to her X-ray on here, it's just all gray. It's a very ill-defined cortical bone, right? Like maybe here you subjectively maybe in this bone a little bit more in the femurs, but like the tibias, but look at these bones down here, look at how
they're non-existent.
Even when we zoom in here, right? It's and then pan with this. They're so disfigured underneath here. And then same thing. And then this is the affected foot. It's hard to know, there is bone structure here, but is it affected? It might just be
Is that a fracture right there?
It's just not normal bone. These bones, albeit look somewhat normal, but kind of maybe a little bendy, but also just not good cortical thickening. It's a calcium deficiency chronically. It just doesn't have, it's metabolic bone disease for sure there. I bet you her front legs are what's been getting her around more than her back legs. I think that's...
So essentially she's dragging herself?
Yeah. Because you don't have good mechanics on that.
And of course, this animal would never be able to dig a nest.
No, definitely no. That's not
Turtles nest using their back feet. Box turtles, no exception to that. The female finds an area, she kind of pivots, moves around. Once she decides where she wants to be, she needs those back feet to dig and sculpt the inside of that nest. Then she starts dropping the eggs in, and she guides each egg with her back feet and then covers the nest. This animal, even if her legs were left the way they are now, there's not a chance she'd be able to dig a nest.
I mean, let's see, get some blood. We'll do the other side there. I mean, all right. Let's just try to run the chemistry part.
All right. So good news is we did get some blood. So we're going to run that, and we're going to see what it tells us. Again, we're trying to check off boxes here, see what everything kind of adds up, what's going on with her to our best knowledge, because quality of life is, of course, what's most important. This animal's been like this a long time. So we're doing our best to try to make the absolute best decision for her. In situations like this, unfortunately, it lands on us, but this is what we do. We try to get them into the best situation as possible, as quickly as possible with us. Luckily, we have a great team and a network, but we don't know what's going to happen here. So we have to wait for those results, and we'll go from there.